Please remain standing as we will have a minute's silence to remember the victims of Manchester and also Ron Bill of our own community who died recently. Thank you. Please sit down. Before we begin, I would just like to thank all members for sending a get well card to myself and Sue when we were unable to be at the last full council. I apologise for my absence, and I'm fully recovered, and I believe so is Sue, so thank you. Right, have we got any apologies for absence?
Yes, Madam Chair, we've got apologies from Councillor Shona Johnson, Councillor Nick Churchill, Councillor Russell Kay.
Thank you.
Yes, and apologies from Councillor Stephen Murray.
Thank you. Any declarations of interest? No? Then I'll ask you to agree the minutes of the last meeting. Is everybody happy? I shall sign them as a full and proper account. Right, we move on to my review of my year as chair. I attended 106 official civic events, 28 of which were civic services, including the civic service of the Mayor of Ware, who held his service here in Harlow because Ware does not have a synagogue. In fact, so many religious services that when I was told JC's coming to Harlow, I expected a descent from heaven.
Oh, we did.
There have been several events which were an honour to our town. The Jack Petchy Speak Up Challenge and the Inter-School Sports event were held in Harlow because we have facilities capable of hosting such events. We were also honoured by a visit from the Stuart School by the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge. That this gained us a full-page spread in every daily paper, plus OK magazine, was just chance. Once again, Harlow received 2 Green Flag Awards, and I accompanied Darren Fazackley, plus Lenny and Colin, to receive them in Nottingham. 2 of our citizens also achieved great honours. Luca Chima was presented with the Queen's Award for his work in Beercroft, and Brenda Taylor got an OBE for services to arts. I was able to meet both of them to congratulate them on behalf of the town. I thank Martin Harris that our own civic service was the only one that was interfaith, showing the great diversity and tolerance of Harlow. I attended so many events that I can only mention a few. If anyone is interested in knowing more, I would be very happy to tell them this after the meeting. There have been a number of new shops and businesses to open, and Stansted Airport held its jobs fair here in the Civic Centre. I was able to big up our town in an interview about our support for the armed services on Radio Essex. We were also on Look East as Sue and I cut a cake to mark Harlow being 70. One thing I have been very pleased to help enlarge is inviting a few groups of young people here to see what the council actually does. This was started by Councillor Karen Templer, who invited the second Great Marble Scout troop. I thought it was such a good idea that when I presented the prizes at the awards evening of the Islamic Scout Troop, I invited them to visit. I very much hope the Council of Livings will continue with these evenings, as I meet so many young adults who know little or nothing about how our democracy works. However, this has also been a sad year, as we have had a minute's silence at almost every meeting of the full Council. Amongst these was the death of the Polish gentleman of the Stowe, which, although very sad, it also showed the goodwill of Harlow residents, as the number of people attending the candlelit march in his memory was huge. There are many people I must thank, so many in fact, and if I omit anybody, I thank everyone who has supported me in what has been a brilliant, if rather hectic year. Firstly, a massive thank you to Lisa and Janet in the office, who, aided by Linda, Emma and Lauren, have seen that I arrived at functions in time. Not an easy job. Giving lists on occasion, especially for early morning events, such as the commemoration of the song and meeting the postman at 7 a.m. I now have a gift to give to both Janet and Lisa. Would they like to? Thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks to Council of Livings, who has subbed for me, but more often than not accompanied me as my consort during, including driving to many venues. So we have some flowers for us. So. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's wonderful. Thank you. I also thank all the other councillors who have acted as consults. Thanks to Brian Thomas, whose brilliant photography often made me look better than the reflection I see in the mirror. Thanks also to Neil Churchill for getting Harlow on the BBC twice. Graham Branchett and Malcolm Morley will be leaving us shortly to enjoy a well-earned retirement. So I thank them both for the many years of loyal service they have given to this town. I have really enjoyed my year as chair, and I thank you all for giving me this honour. I just now need to present the cheque to my chosen charity, Friends of Gibbard Gallery and Harlow Sculpture. Next we come to the civic awards, and I call on Councillor Maggie Hoddle, to introduce Duncan Craig and Gary Knott on behalf of the volunteers of the Food Bank, who are here to accept a Citizens of the Year award.
Thank you, Chair. This award is to honour the many people who assist and enable the food bank to operate, from those who give a few hours occasionally on collection days, through to those who actually distribute the food at distribution centres. Councillor Stevens visited the warehouse and was surprised to see how large it is. Approximately 80 boxes of mixed food arrive each collection day. This then has to be put on the shelf by category. Other volunteers then pack it into individual boxes for distribution. Councillor Stevens has also visited the distribution centre and was shown the enormous fridge which is used to store the fresh food as it is only donated once a week. In the early days, only tinned or dried food could be handled. However, there is now a large range of necessities on offer. For example, they even have a collection of kettle food, which is food that can be prepared by adding hot water for those who have only a kettle. It is often forgotten that people in need of food may well have had their gas and or electricity cut off. It is not possible in a short citation to cover the entire work of the food bank. If anyone would like more information, representatives of the food bank who are here to receive the award will be happy to talk to them afterwards. This award is given in recognition to all the volunteers from Harlow Food Bank who give up so much of their time for the citizens of our town of Harlow. Thank you, Chair.
I am reading the next one to introduce Simon Pankers, who is here to accept the Citizen of the Year Award. Simon joined Harlow Air Training Corps in 1970 as a cadet when he was 13 years old. He worked his way through the ranks and took part in various activities, camped both at home and abroad, shooting, gliding, flying, sports, drill and band. He won a gliding scholarship, became